This episode of the Gamerheads Podcast is brought to you by Seven Bridges Premium Gourmet Yum Yum Sauce. Enhance every bite with our savory blends of flavors, perfect for meats, vegetables, and crispy treats. Whether you're dipping, drizzling, marinating, grilling, roasting, or snacking, Seven Bridges Yum Yum Sauce takes your culinary experience to the next level. Get yours today and make every meal a gourmet delight.
Hi, I'm Celia Schilling from Yacht Club Games.
Hey, this is James from Megacat Studios.
Hey folks, this is Matt, aka Stormageddon from Reignite and the Fun and Games Podcast.
This is Stephanie from the Boss Rush Podcast and the Boss Rush Network.
Hey, this is Mark and Keon from Bunte Avond.
Hey, this is Sebastian with the ProNerdReport.com and the Single Player Experience Podcast.
Hi, this is Chris.
Mike.
And Garrett from Daylight Basement Studio.
Hey, this is Baron J67 from Level 1 Gaming.
Hi, I'm Jacob McCourt from the Left Behind Game Club, Crossplay Conversations, and Video Game Trivia.
Hey, this is Todd Mitchell from Code Right Play.
Salutations, this is Mike Carroll from Stroll Art.
Hey, this is Jeff Moonen from Fun and Games Podcast.
What's good, y'all? This is Adam from Respawn Aimfire.
Hey, this is Patrick from the Backlog Odyssey.
Hey, this is Rune from Runic Codes.
Hi, this is Andrew from Spalato Bros.
Hi everyone, Jill Grote here from the Indie Informer.
Hello, this is the Crypt Master, and you're listening to Roger you're listening to Roger on the Gamerheads Podcast.
And welcome to another episode of the Gamerheads Podcast. My name is Roger. Along with me are my good friends and co-hosts. We have Trina this week. Welcome, Trina.
Hello.
And Zeb. Welcome, Zeb.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining me this week and talking about PAX. We got PAX coming up.
Yeah,
like, this is the last
excited.
episode before PAX, before we leave for PAX. So we talk about that, and then I do have a topic I want to talk about, which was the release of a little game called Silksong, and it's causing some stir. So I want to have a discussion around that.
Just a little game.
Yeah, just a little game. I was just wondering, whose cat is that? Is that yours, Zeb? That's yours. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, now before we begin, too, I should say welcome to our patrons. Welcome, Matt, Sarah, and Adam. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. And listeners, if you want to support the Gamerheads Podcast, you can as well for as low as $3 a month. You can subscribe to the Gamerheads Podcast on Patreon and help us do things like cover PAX. So yeah, that helps us a lot. So thank you so much for supporting us over these years. So talking about PAX, let's talk about PAX then. So my schedule is super packed. I tried not to pack my PAX schedule as much as I did, and then today I was like, what am I doing? Why did I do this to myself every single time?
It's because we don't have as many people going this time.
It's
I
true.
think.
That is true. So
I
I
need to
have
move PAX West to like PAX Central.
100%. That would be
more
I would
Gamerheads would
PAX
show up.
Chicago.
Yes.
Let's do
PAX
it.
Chicago, PAX Milwaukee.
Ugh,
No, I like
Would be-
Chicago.
Chicago would be better.
Either way would be fine. So I have, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 things that I have on my schedule. I don't know how many, and that doesn't include panels. That's just things that I'm covering for games.
That's too many.
That's a lot.
I have like
That's a lot.
7.
Okay, all right.
Do
all
I
right.
need to
You got
have more?
You got half? No. Listen.
I don't think you could. I think Roger took the rest.
I know.
I
took all the
did.
games.
Actually, every email came in. I was like, "That's mine. No,
I know. I'm still mad about the detective game.
Well,
just kidding.
If you want to trade, if you want to go that instead,
no.
Yeah,
I'm
good. So here's what happens to me every single time. I'm like, I'm going to not book my schedule, and I'm gonna keep it light, and I'm gonna like, and then this game, and every game comes, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. That looks really neat. Oh, that game looks really cool. And then all of a sudden I'm like, what? And I'm like, all right, I could book it. I could book a time here. I think that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, because you were busy at East too, and you had Jake and I there. You're still like running around everywhere. I barely saw you in the media room.
That's true. You don't see me in the media room real often because I am on the floor like constantly. And then today, I don't think we could talk about this, Trina, because like there's embargoes on these on the things.
There,
but we got,
until after PAX, I think.
After PAX, yeah. But we got invited to something and I was like, well, where can I squeeze that in? So it's been pretty cool. But I guess, Trina, there are probably some things we can talk, not that thing, but there are some appointments we can talk about. Is there anything that you are most excited for? I guess I'll start with you.
Yeah, there's a couple things. Well, I guess I have like 3 main games that I'm excited for. And the first one is going to be Astroneer Starseekers. That was the first appointment that I booked. And
I gave you that one.
Because Astroneer?
Yeah, I said you could have that one. I was nice.
Well, yeah, I asked you first.
Okay, no, I'm just saying. I didn't take every game. That's what I'm just saying.
Little backstory about me. Astroneer was one of like the first games that I ever started playing back when I started gaming in 2016 or whatever. And so I have a little bit of history with Astroneer. So I'm excited to see their next game that they're making. So, and I've got an appointment with Jacob McCourt, and we have Sarah and not Jeff. Matt, Jeff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited to go to the appointment with that because it's a multiplayer game. So yeah, so that's that one. And then the other 2, there's a game called Memoria Wake, and it's kind of like you're like this little ghost cat, I think. It's hard to tell, but you're just like traveling like through this like dreamlike world, and it gives me a little bit of like Hades vibes. Like you're trying to escape this world and you're like fighting along the way, but it's like a total like me game because there's like little rubber duckies and like cats, and it's just like so cute. So I'm like really excited for that game. And then, of course, we'll talk about it soon, but Silksong is going to be there. They're going to have demos, so I'm looking forward to that one, too.
Yeah. It's funny because I actually don't have any plans to go to Silksong, so I'm glad that you're going to go check it out, because I'm not going to go check it out.
Well, I got to report back to Steph, so...
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think she'll want to know anything.
Oh,
I don't think she'll want your report, by the
way. For me, I think one of the things I'll be going to check out is this game called Mistfall Hunter. That looks really cool. It's like a action RPG, like medieval game. So I'm really excited to check that game out. I mean, there's a lot of games on my list. If I had to go through every one, you guys would be like, "Oh my gosh!" There's a game called Hell Clock that I'm really excited about. That is like takes place in, I think, Brazil. I think it's a Brazilian studio, and it takes place in Brazil. It's like this Western type game. It's really pretty. The artwork looks so good in that game, so I'm really excited about that game. I'm also meeting with David Brevik, who is the father of Diablo and Diablo 2. So I have an interview scheduled with him, so I'm very excited about that too. So, and then there's a bunch of panels too that we're gonna go to, like the Storytime panel
with Yoshi P.
Yeah. So that's gonna be really exciting, and then the Borderlands main stage panel as well. So I'm very excited.
And you can't forget video game trivia.
Oh yeah, and video game trivia, yeah, for sure. So that's returning.
It's not gonna be as cool as East because somebody's not on the panel.
I know no Gamerhead presence on this panel.
No Gamerhead. No.
Maybe next time.
Maybe. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of there's actually quite a few people I know on that panel though. Cam's gonna be on that panel. That's pretty cool. So
Luke.
yeah. Oh yeah, Luke. I forgot. Luke's gonna be in that panel too. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, and Joseph too. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's very exciting. So yeah, I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see friends. I think that's like the biggest thing for me with PAX. And I was just saying this to Zeb before the show. Is like I wish you could come along. I wish the whole crew could come along. Like it would be really fun to have everybody there. But I think that's like
that'd be too chaotic.
It would be.
It'd be a 4-day party. If we were
you know what? They're having the Red Bull Creators Lounge again. So.
I heard. I know. I told Trina to send me all the just to start hoarding Red Bull and.
Yeah, but it's not just Red Bull. What was the other? There was
5 Hour Energy.
5 Hour Energy is going to be there too. No, you are picky about your about what chemicals you take into your body.
I had my phases. I had my monster phase when I was younger. I'm drinking those big cans, and then I went to 5 Hour Energy for driving and stuff and studying. And now I'm Red Bull, which is a calm, caffeinated high.
Yeah, that's when I think of Red Bull, I think of calm, caffeinated. You seem so calm.
Not calm the whole
It gives
week?
you wings. You're like flying. You blast off.
You're kidding. Well, so actually, you were pretty calm considering how many you drank at East.
That's just my base level. When I don't have Red Bull, I'm just not. I'm like a lizard in winter, just not moving. I need the Red Bull.
I think there wasn't a moment where I didn't see you have Red Bull in your hand. You at least one, sometimes two. In fact, I remember
the tattoo one was me holding one can, and then the mocktail, the cup, I was like leftover.
But there was Red Bull in the mocktail.
Yeah, that's also true.
And they gave me the can that wouldn't fit in the cup, so it was still part of the same Red Bull.
See, I think I remember distinctly when we went to go get our badges. We all got like 2 cans of Red Bull, and I said, "I don't know what I'm going to do with this," and you said, "I'll take them."
Yes, I took everyone's Red Bull, and then I got Jake addicted to Red Bull, and now he drinks one once a week.
Does he really?
It's his little weekend treat to himself. He's like, "I'm a Red Bull."
But I did get at East, and I'm sure they'll have these at West too, is I got the creator's pin. I got the creator's pin.
Oh yeah.
Red Bull pin. Because I was like, I think I stepped into that creator's lounge once, and I was like, okay. Can I just have the pin, please? I just want the pin. This is, that was too much for me. That was too much energy for me. I couldn't.
It was like DJ partying up in there.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I liked it.
Yeah,
it was a vibe.
There was a vibe. It was a vibe. Not my vibe, but it was a vibe.
A vibe.
Yeah. So anyway, they're going to be there again, and then when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, Zeb." Do you remember when at East when the guy was like taking the cooler?
I was so close to getting that cooler.
You're like, "Can I have that cooler?" And he considered it for a minute. I think he did consider it, right?
I'm so sad I didn't take the contents of the cooler because
they were giving it away. They're like, "Does anybody want this?" And I was like, "Well, Zeb probably will fill his car full of this stuff."
I should.
I swear to God, I think that they were just refilling it just for you. That cooler that they had.
Oh yeah, I mean that summer white peach flavor they had was awesome, and it's gone now, and it will probably not come back because
it's gonna be at East.
No, I meant they always do a different summer.
I mean West.
It's never the same flavor. So.
Well, if they have it at West, I will try it. Okay. No, actually, I won't. That's not true.
I'll do it. I'll try it for you.
Yeah.
You should have one, and then that way you can go out do the after party stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Trina thinks she's going to bed on time because of
me.
Because of me. I'm not there because Asa's not there to party. So you got to go to the bar.
Are you serious?
Again.
Wait, hold on. Did you tell Zeb that you're going to be going to bed early because he'll be hanging out with an old man this week?
No,
is that what you told him?
That's not what she said. She said she's going to be going to bed because she doesn't have me or Asa to keep her awake and out at the bar.
The only other person I'm hanging out with is the old guy,
Well,
and
okay,
therefore we're not
doing
staying out late.
She didn't say it in an insulting way, like you're putting it. This is
kind of feels it though. Kind of feels it.
I didn't say anything. You guys are just implying things at this point.
It kind of feels like she was saying, I'm not going to be able to have fun because I have to hang out with the old guy this weekend.
I'm thinking of East when we were at the hotel bar, and then I turned around, I'm like, where's Roger go? And then,
I went home.
I went home
because it was bedtime. It was bedtime.
It was 9 p.m.
No, it was not. It was not 9 p.m. It was much later than that. I wasn't the only one.
Actually, we were on the East Coast, so technically whatever time it was is an hour earlier for you anyway, so
that's
no excuse.
I will say West kills me every single time because I will be up at like 4:00 in the morning because I'm up by 6 every day in my normal time zone, God's time zone, the Central Time Zone, and now I'll be up at 4:00. Yes, Central Time Zone is God's time zone, and then I'll be up at 4:00 in the morning, and I'll be ready for bed at like 6:00 because I'll be like, this is late, and this is a challenge every year. This
so at 5:00. Open that Red Bull.
I guess.
It'll be okay.
I guess. Yeah. I'll have to thank goodness for Red Bull. Give me wings, I guess. I don't know.
We're waiting for that sponsorship.
Yeah, we are. That's not going to happen.
Are we?
No,
I am.
I'm
just kidding.
So anyway, that's PAX East, or West, actually, rather. That's PAX West.
Wait, before we move on, Zeb, did you have any games that you're excited about? I know you're not going, but...
Well, I'm excited to hear what your thoughts are on the Starseeker Astroneer expeditions, because that was like, I think I first got Game Pass during COVID, and then downloaded that to try and did everything with my partner. So we're very excited to see them like implement a whole multiplayer kind of live service aspect look to it. And I don't know. I'm excited to hear about it. That's why I'm excited. And then, I mentioned this before the show, but Resident Evil looks really cool. I won't recently got into Resident Evil like a year ago, and now I see why everyone likes it. So I'm excited to see the new one.
Everyone but me. I'm not gonna go check that. I'm
and
sorry.
Me. I'm not going to.
I know. I was the only one that went to the scary games at PAX East. So
you're a scary game guy. You gotta come.
You are. Yeah, you are. Like you're. That's. We should have a separate
patrons.
Yeah, that's right. We should have a separate. Like podcast or channel or something where Zeb is like, I am the horror. That should be your title, the horror reviewer for Gamerheads. But doesn't Jake like horror games now too? Doesn't Jake like horror games?
He doesn't mind them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate horror movies, but I don't mind horror games.
What?
That's where I hate.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
I can't do scary movies.
I feel like I'm the opposite. I can maybe do horror movies, but I can't do horror games because horror games like you're playing it.
Yeah, you're playing it,
but you have control.
Not really.
That's a control thing. I mean, you have the control of movement.
Jumps out at me.
Yeah, no kidding.
Depending on the game, you have control to turn around or run away or pull your gun out and shoot it. I mean,
Alt F4.
Yeah, exactly. I guess you could just turn it off. I think you could turn off a movie too. I guess
that's true.
That's an option.
I don't know. There's something about movies of watching someone make bad decisions, and I'm just like, stop it.
Do you like the Man of Medan? What are those series? What is that series?
I actually like those games.
Yeah,
I actually have not played those. I will admit, I didn't really enjoy horror games until like started reviewing for Gamerheads and then streaming, and Halloween comes along, and it's like a rule on Twitch. You just have to pick a scary game, and I started with Soma, and I loved it.
Okay.
Like, okay. Do I actually like scary games, and especially like the psychological thriller ones? So I was like, I think I might actually enjoy this.
Silent Hill?
Yes.
Have you played? Okay.
Yeah, you played that last year, didn't you?
Yep. Silent Hill 2. Yeah.
So I always get this confused. Is it that you got Jake into scary things, or that Jake gets you into scary things? I always get that confused.
I don't think either.
Okay. I thought that Jake was like, no, I don't like scary things, and then all of a sudden one day he's like, "Nah, scary games are fine," and I was like, "What?"
Jake is constantly trying to make us watch scary movies in Discord, and I'm like,
he likes scary movies.
Okay. Yeah, I could care for either. I could care less for either of those things. Like, not a fan. So I'm sorry, I'm not gonna report back on Resident Evil.
That's right.
You should have came along. That's what I gotta say.
Yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting.
If you want to help Zeb get to the next PAX,
that's right.
We have a Patreon.
Right. That's right. That's right. Because if you want to hear coverage of scary games, it's not going to happen when Trina and I cover them. You're going to have to like pay some support the Gamerheads podcast so we can send Zeb to cover scary games. That is a true statement.
I will suffer.
He will suffer. He'll suffer for
that.
For your pleasure.
Oh boy.
For only $5 a month, Zeb will suffer for your pleasure.
Murdering and I don't know what.
We'll have to talk about we'll have to talk about Extra Life coming up, because I'm sure we could figure out something really fun to do. So was it a couple of years ago I did last year was hard because I got my hip replaced. So like I didn't stream as much. I tried. It was really hard. So this year though, we should really plan this out better when we get back from PAX. We'll plan this out. But
for sure.
I a couple of years ago I did this thing where it's like if you pay so much money, whatever game earns the most money, I'll stream that game. And I threw in a horror game in there, and everybody was trying, and I just kept putting more money into the cozy game, and people were trying to, and I was like, I'm gonna outbid the other people. Like, it was dumb. Like, I don't know why I was doing that, but eventually I lost, and it wasn't good. It was not. It was I don't remember what game it was, but it didn't make it far, and everybody's like, this is terrible, like you can't even play this game. And I was like, I can't, because I was too scared. I also ate like hot wings, which didn't help, like, because that was the other I ate the blazing, which not bad going in, it's the going out that's not very good. And it hit me right at the moment I was playing this game, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I got scared. My body's like, I gotta expel everything inside me right now.
Oh my Lord.
That's what happened. So, oh man, this is the week of PAX. This is what happens. I get really kind of loopy before PAX. So, anyway, support the Gamerheads podcast. Anyway,
send us all the PAX.
That's right. Thank you. Okay. Well, the other thing I wanted to talk about, the other main topic I want to talk about, and I posted this actually in our in a Discord that we belong to. It's a bunch of games journalists, and I asked the question, and I think it's a good question. Maybe it's a terrible question, but I think it's a good question. So recently, as of like 2 weeks ago, Team Cherry said, "Hey, guess what's coming out on September 6th? I think it is, or September 4th? The 4th. Guess what game's coming out on the 4th? Silksong." Like 2 weeks ago, like 2 weeks, they gave it 2 weeks, 2 week notice.
I think it was last week, wasn't it?
Maybe it was.
Just 2 weeks from
from when they launched.
Right.
Yeah. So I posted this actually on the Gamerheads podcast. We got a press release, and I'll read this here. Demonschool delayed until November 19th, and it was supposed to come out on the 5th. Actually, it was supposed to come out on the 5th, but the 3rd of September. But they delayed it because of Silksong. And I'll read what the quotes were. I'll quote it from. This is from Usebird Games. Usebird Games is the publisher of Demonschool. And they said, Demonschool was sent to launch on September 3rd, but after much anguished consideration on our part, we've made the decision to move the game's release to Wednesday, November 19th. With 11 years under our belt as an indie publisher, we at Usebird Game are reasonably qualified to say that any point of 2025, on balance, has been or will be as brutal as market conditions can get when it comes to releasing a game. Crueler still, that we should find out with such short notice that Hollow Knight Silksong will launch just 1 day after our planned release for Demonschool. We have to remind ourselves that gaining visibility for Demonschool is our main goal. Thus, The Usebird team strongly believes we would not be doing our game any favors by wading into waters we clearly see our blood red. In September, if the September period is going to be Silksong's moment, then we need to be elsewhere on the calendar to give Demonschool its own moment to be seen and talked about meaningfully. We don't take this decision lightly. Demonschool's release has been delayed before, and we want to be clear. There is no more delays after this point. We've already distributed Steam keys to press as part of a healthy review program, and had every intentions to proudly release on September 3rd. We hope fans will anticipate the game, who have anticipated the game will forgive us for one final delay. Between now and November, Necrosoft Games and ourselves will continue to pour out our time into enhancing and polishing up the game experience. For example, there'll be more endings and minigames that the developer originally planned to patch in post-release rather than leave them on the cutting floor. Now they'll all be part of the game's release in November. Thank you for your patience and enthusiasm for Demonschool. We truly hope you continue to support Necrosoft Games' labor of love by showing up for Faye and her madcap band of collegiate demon hunters on November 19th. And that's from Brian Quick, that's how I pronounce his name, a name at Usebird's game. And then I just want to read this then too, because then Necrosoft also posted this. It said, this was not our choice. They posted this on Blue Sky. This is not our choice, but we understand why the choice was made. We aren't mad at Usebird, but at the situation. Dropping the GTA of indie games with 2 weeks' notice makes everyone freak out. Usebird is being a good partner and paying for the delay. We're sorry this is happening. So, you could tell there's a little bit of angst in that, you know, like
blood red, see?
Yeah, right. It made me think, like, does Team Cherry have a responsibility in the industry that they belong to give more than a 2 weeks notice that they're going to be dropping the, as they said, GTA of indie games? And I will say this, there is no way, I'm sorry, I don't care how you argue, there's no way that they were like, well, it's middle of August, when should we release this game? How about 2 weeks from now? That sounds like a great idea. There's no way. There is no way they thought, what if we just release it 2 weeks from now? That sounds great. They had to have had that planned. There is no way. And if they didn't, well then please send me an email at roger@gamerheadspodcast.com, because I have a lot of project management knowledge. And I've released major things, major things, and I would be happy to help you in your release planning if that is something you need help with. Anyway, I guess I want to know your thoughts, and I'll tell you my thoughts. So I'll start with you, Zeb. Does Team Cherry have a responsibility to the industry to announce something like this more than 2 weeks in advance?
I don't know. Ever since you posed that question in the Discord, I've been kind of throwing it around in my head, because now I don't want people to hurt me, but I've never played Hollow Knight. I don't understand the hype. It's just a 2D Souls-like to me, and before you kill me, I'm going to play Hollow Knight 1 eventually, because it's on Game Pass, I think. And I don't know, because they're mean. Honestly, the fans have been part of why I'm scared to even try it, because they'll crucify you if you talk,
if you don't like it,
negative about it. Yeah. But then at the same time, I'm also like, well, I remember when Hades 2 just like shadow dropped, just like, boom, here's the early access.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh hell yeah. So like there's.
Yeah, but that's early access, though. Like, I feel like that's...
Yeah, but when it comes to a game like Hades, or when it comes to the fan base for games like that, it doesn't matter. As soon as that game drops, nothing else matters. And everyone that fell in love with Hades 1 is like, oh, sweet, Hades 2. And all the other indie games or stuff might... Like, I watch streamers go, oh, cancel all plans, we're playing Hades 2 now. And stuff like that. And I was fine with that. So... it's just a conflicted thing. And also, when you were talking about it just now, it could have been a whole PR stunt. I mean, the meme has been going for how long now? They announced Silksong was going to be ready 3 years ago, and then they kept
5 years ago.
5 years, and then there was just no information, and it became like that indie Half-Life 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then especially this year, they slowly just tease a little bit, and everyone's like, "Oh, is it going to be announced at the Game Awards?" And then so it kept getting brought up every conference, and then they don't even use the conference to announce it, right? It was just it was just dropped on YouTube.
It's at Game Awards or at Summer Game Fest?
No, I meant like the announcement trailer.
Oh, the announcement. Oh, yeah. Like they just there was like a one post. No, it was just a post. They said, "Hey, we have some news in the next 48 hours," and then they just like, "Yeah, we're gonna release this game." Like it was really like there was no like fanfare for it. It was just like, "Yeah, we're gonna come out with this game in 2 weeks."
Blew the internet up.
Yeah,
broke the internet, and so So I think it was all mostly probably marketing and stuff. So I mean, I don't know. And then they're also not putting out review copies because part of their funding was through Kickstarter, so it would take away access for the Kickstarter's paid for. But in my opinion, I think the review process is healthy, and even though it's a big game, people might still. I don't know. I think you need to at least get reviews out, have reviews ready for any game that comes out.
See, I don't know. Like, somebody that does review games, I don't know. Something like this, I don't think it didn't matter what the reviews were. People are going to buy it.
Well, but I don't know. Someone like me, I'm somewhat interested in the hype of Silksong, but I don't understand the hype. I've asked Trina a couple of days ago. I was like, tell me. Like,
I was not the best person for that question.
But you said you love Hollow Knight, so I was like, tell me from a reviewer standpoint, what makes the game different than a 2D platformer like from like Nintendo's era, like. And you're just like, I'm not in the right mind for that right now. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I have no.
I did not say that. I gave you some context.
But it's just like I have no reason to get into the game, but everyone's like, oh my god, Silksong, oh my god, we have to cancel our game, delay it till November. I'm like, okay, it's not GTA 6. I'm not like canceling my whole schedule for it's not Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, which is way bigger. See, that's another thing, is my priorities are all over the place.
So here's I think I was listening to Kind of Funny Daily, and they brought up a good point. Like, so here's the thing. It may not be a big thing in your mind, right? Because like maybe you don't understand the hype. Maybe you'd, but IGN, GameSpot, every major outlet, that's all going to be all over the press, all over the pages. Yeah. It's all going to be Hollow Knight for the next probably 3 weeks, right? Hollow Knight. It's going to be this game. It's going to be about the review. First of all, it's going to be about the game, and then it's going to be about the reviews, and then it's going to be about the guides, right? So there's going to be so much coverage of Silksong, along with like, did it live up to the hype, that every other game is not going to be able to breathe at all. They're not going to get any other coverage at all during that time. So like, by the major outlets, right? Like, I will say Gamerheads will cover other games in that time. Like I have no, actually, outside of our preview at PAX, I have no like plans to do like a big Hollow Knight Silksong coverage a-thon type thing. But big industries will, right? So I get why they need to move those games, because Demonschool is a big game. Like, it's like, to me, I'm actually more excited about Demonschool than I am for.
But it's also a different kind of game.
It is. Which is another thing. But it's the same indie sphere. Like, I think that's the thing. I think if it was Silksong's dropping and then GTA 6 is dropping, they're not going to compete with each other, right?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know anymore. I don't know. But apparently, Silksong is such a big deal that everyone else has to delay.
But Silksong it's a big enough indie game that's going to generate enough attention from the big sort of the big names in the industry to cover games that nobody else is going to have any room to breathe. No, it's going to be all the other games are going to be lost. And I'm not saying that that's a right thing or a wrong thing. It's just it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so
my biggest grievance, I guess, is if they had just waited till next year, Blueprints would have won Indie Game of the Year, but would at least probably been nominated for Game of the Year, was how I was feeling about it up until September 4th.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I
don't know. Maybe it won't live up to its. I mean, it has a lot of hype.
People
doesn't
are
necessarily
gonna
mean
let it not, though. That's the thing. Is,
I mean,
if you even criticize one bug in the first one, you're gonna get doxxed.
Bugs. The game has a lot of bugs in it. Anyway,
that's what I meant.
Yeah, I know.
It was a character bug.
Yeah, character bugs. Trina, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I'm also conflicted because, like, I do agree with the standpoint of, like, it is big, and, you know, since they aren't giving out, like, review codes ahead of time, like, that's all you're going to hear in September. Like, that's it. So, I don't know. I don't think that they just decided, like, in 2 weeks, let's just release it. I think they knew the date way back at the beginning of the year, maybe even before that, especially because all the directs and all of the little bits and pieces that we were seeing, like, even if it was 2 seconds in the Nintendo Direct, like, earlier in the year, like, there was still a plan and a thought process behind that to generate hype, to get people talking about it again. And like, everything after that, you saw Silksong, like, so I don't believe that they just decided, all right, let's just release it in 2 weeks. I think they knew. Now, do they have that like responsibility to tell other outlets or other publishers? I don't know. Like, it's kind of the nature of the beast, right? Like, all these games come out, but also, like, it's just hard because I know it's highly anticipated, so I feel like people, especially as the year kind of went on, like, we kind of pinpointed, right? It was going to be like September to probably November, right? Like, they're not going to release a game in December. Well, maybe, I don't know, but
Shadow drop maybe at Games Awards. That's the only other time I would see something like this drop, right?
So it seemed like it was going to be towards the end of the year, just as the year went on, but that doesn't really help give anyone any heads up, like, in terms of releasing their own games. So I don't know. It's just hard to. I don't know.
Part of it is, at least for me, I like to think of the indie space is more friendly and less step on each other to get ahead, where what you see in a lot of the AAA games.
True.
Then I guess that is probably what's bothering a lot of people, is like, you could have said, like, even Rockstar announced GTA 6 release date, and there was plenty of companies holding their games back to saying we don't want to announce it, and then they say that.
True.
And then Rockstar is like, okay, we'll put out a date. Okay, we're gonna delay it. And we're gonna let you guys know we're delaying it. And Team Cherry's like, Silksong, 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe this is not fair, but I do think they have a responsibility, because companies like Usebird and other companies that have to move the stuff, that costs money to build a marketing campaign. Like, it's not cheap. And, you know, Necrosoft made a point to point out that they're eating the cost of that, right? That Usebird's is eating the cost to move the game. But there's so much time and effort put into a marketing campaign to get excitement out in the wild, to get a game like, hey, we're going to release this on this date, and then get the review codes out to people. There's a lot of planning around all of that. And to pull I don't want to say stunt, but kind of to pull something like this and be like, hey, we're going to drop it in 2 weeks. Like that kind of is rude to everybody else who spends tons of time and money and effort in their marketing. Team Cherry doesn't have to spend that kind of money and effort into their marketing because the hype is there. So they don't care. But I agree with you, Trina. There's no way, like I said this before, there's no way that they were like, let's just release it in 2 weeks. Like they knew. They with the little plants, like you said, Trina, they knew what date there was going to be. They should have announced. Now, I'm not saying that they have to abide by a direct and like want to announce it during a direct or during like an Xbox showcase of some sort, but they should have their rights to announce whenever they want to announce it.
Right.
I'm not saying that, but some common courtesy in the industry to your fellow other publishers out there, because someday it may come to the point where you might have to, maybe they'll be lucky and they don't ever have to do that, but maybe they might have to rely on another publisher, and maybe that publisher will be like, nah, I'm not going to work with you because you kind of screwed us over with our releases we were going to release with another game. I'm just saying the industry, there's a lot of people that know each other in an industry, and I just think you should play nicely in the industry. Again, it's up to them. I don't, but really the thing that I think that is the thing that bothers me about it is the amount of effort and money that goes into a marketing campaign to release a game. And then something like this happens and that causes all this overhead. Now they have to replan all the rest of their marketing games too, because it's not just the only game that they're releasing. They have other games they're releasing as well. So now they plan out like, what's the rest of this calendar going to look like? Do we move things to next year? Like that is, I'm sorry, that's just not cool.
Yeah.
Like, it would be really funny if GTA 6 is like, you know what else is releasing now on the 3rd?
Yeah, then
I don't think they'll do that.
No, of course not. Of course not. But it would be a funny thing. But so anyway, I guess that's my perspective. Is just the industry is not as big as you think it is. There's a lot of people that know each other, and I just think that if you're going to be part, and I think you're right. I mean, Zeb, you said it, like AAA. I was like, okay, well, I kind of expect that because you got a bunch of, people that might probably make decisions that don't really know much about the industry.
EA alone put out Battlefield 4 and then Titanfall 2 within 2 weeks.
That doesn't make any sense. It never made sense. Yeah, that never made sense to me. When that happened, I was like, this doesn't make do you not talk to each other? Like, what is going on here?
It's like, how is your own publisher saying we're not like how?
That made no sense to me. So AAA, okay, whatever. But in the indie scene, I just feel like because like everybody in the indie scene, gosh, I can't talk. Every game in the indie scene has probably been there, including Team Cherry, of like, we're struggling, we're trying to make things work, right? And like to do that to your fellow industry mates that are struggling to try to get something out there and just be like, well, we'll just drop it in 2 weeks. I just don't think that's right. Whether it's a responsibility or not, I don't know. Do I think it's crappy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Well, I guess that's the show, folks.
Ending on a good note.
Yeah. So before we head out, why don't we tell people how they can follow us? Trina, where can people find you on the social media?
You can find me on Blue Sky at Trina with 2 A's, Ballerina. And of course, you can find me on the Gamerheads site with my reviews and over on our YouTube. We've been putting lots of videos up and more to come with PAX coming up.
Yeah. And Zeb, how can people find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky at ZeBear, and you can find me over at gamerheadspodcast.com for the reviews and previews. And if you're feeling FOMO like me, I will be trying to write some previews for games that our demos will be on Steam, as well as PAX that aren't being visited by the actual people going. I ran out of my words. I couldn't think of what to say.
And listeners, you can follow us on Blue Sky at gamerheadspodcast.com. You can follow me at Rogue Leader 76 on Blue Sky as well. You can go to our website at gamerheadspodcast.com. You can go to, like Trina said, go to our YouTube channel. You all have been working really hard on creating a lot of content, I should say, around TennoCon and also just Warframe itself. So good job with that. So yeah, that's really fun stuff. I need to get back into Warframe. I haven't played it in a while. And every time I see you and all the content you're making, I'm like, I gotta go back into this game. This game is so good. But yeah, go check that out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like, we're trying to get that subscription level up there. We had a goal of 100 before PAX. We're close. So if you're listening to this,
we're
go
like
subscribe.
18 away or something like that.
Yeah. So go subscribe.
Tell your friends.
And leave us a review too. Trina, thank you so much for joining us this week.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And Zeb, thank you so much for joining us this week.
Thanks for having me.
And listeners, thank you so much for giving us a listen. If you like what you hear, like I said, leave us a review. We want to hear what you have to say about the show. Stay tuned, because you'll see lots of stuff coming from us out of PAX. Even if you subscribe free to the Patreon, which I would like if you have the means to support us. But if you can't, just follow us free there too, because I always post stuff. I always post like free stuff there as well around PAX time to talk about our journey. So you can follow us there as well. All right. With that, everyone, stay safe and game on. Bye.
Bye.